What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Solo or Bolo, the Dark Edition. We're recording in the dark this time. It's very late, but
Spooky.
we gotta get the content out. So,
Speaking of
oh,
this actually works because I was in Costco today and they
okay.
had Halloween decorations out right
Oh my
now.
god. I guess Halloween's in what 2 2? Well, I guess like another month.
2,
2 months,
3 months, I
2 months.
don't
Yeah,
know, something
yeah,
like that.
something like that. But yeah, let's get into the next couple the slides. So more likely team to make a run, regular and postseason. Feeders Anonymous or Code Cryptid. Ooh, so both these teams only have 1 point right now. Ooh,
Mm,
this one's hard.
I agree.
Um, I'm actually gonna go with Code Cryptid on this one. I think Feeders
Good.
Anonymous, unless they start playing as more of a team, their last
Hmm.
week's games they did have a couple plays, as we have said in the climb. If you have not gone and seen that, go check it out. Um, they have had a couple plays of where they were acting as a team, but most of their games that they've been playing, they haven't been really acting as a team. While Code
Yeah,
Cryptid, they're more team like. I think they just go for incorrect plays at the wrong time. Is kind of how I
fair.
see Code Cryptid.
I would say that the only grounds for Code Cryptid to make a run would be if they roll swap. If they
Hmm.
switch up who's playing where, I think they do have a chance to perform a lot better going into the postseason. So for that reason, I'm going to pick Feeders Anonymous because they did show flashes in their game against Dognatas.
Hmm.
Um, but I think both of these teams got a lot of work to do to figure out their identity
Hmm.
going into the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 more weeks for the playoff until playoffs start.
So
But
I will go below here.
yeah, I'm gonna go solo. I think both of those options, like both of these options, are valid. Like, it just kind of depends on like who can, you know, realize their mistakes and improve on them. So,
Agreed.
moving on. More dominant week 3 performance, Nightmare or Nico? Well, that Kindred was it was something. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I think Nico, he's definitely number one ADC right now. Um, but I think the other thing we need to know is Nico has a very good supporting cast in Jason and Hamea. Um,
Hmm.
Zach has been playing really well as well, and then their top laner is I'm spacing right now on Loco Poco. That's
Yeah.
right. So I think Nico has a very good supporting cast, and then on the other side, Nightmare, he also has a really good supporting cast. But if we're going by like dominant performances for week 3, I'm gonna have to give this one a Nightmare. That Kindred game alone was just
Hmm.
so strong. Now, game 1, I mean, the 5 role swap, yeah, probably not the best idea. I mean, I respect it, but probably not the best thing to do. But Nico, I mean, we've I said this in the climb, but I don't know if Nico has played any other champ besides Ashe this season. So I mean, it's hard to not have a dominant performance when you get a very comfortable champ. So
Yeah, I agree. And, not to take anything away from Nico,
yeah.
Loco had an awesome series.
Hmm.
Jason had an awesome series. Their whole team was pretty dominant. But yeah, the games away from the 5 role swaps that COI had, I think Nightmare did was kind of like the one dominant player on that
Hmm.
team that ran away with, specifically game 2, but even game 3, I think this one goes solo
Hmm.
to Nightmare.
Yeah, and like game 3 for Nightmare, I think it was just like the level 1 invade, or like I guess counter invade of, they stopped them from invading and
Hmm.
got a return kill. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I think game 3 it was like really slow to start, but they did scale really well. So props
Yeah,
to them.
for
But
sure.
I'm also gonna go solo on this one. Moving on, better first place team, Dognatas or the Gauntlet? Well, this one's pretty obvious to me. I'm gonna go Dognatas. I
Yep.
mean, they're just playing so above the bar right now, so it's
Yeah.
hard for
Comms are great.
yeah.
Gameplay is great. I mean, they're going up against another really top tier team this upcoming week in Cyberbullies. Both teams are going to be missing some pretty heavy hitters like Briz and Asian Jason. I also don't believe is going to be playing against the Cyberbullies.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I I don't I just want to quickly talk about that real quick is I don't know who is going to replace Jason yet, but
yeah, they're still trying to figure it out.
yeah, they have some big shoes to fill. Big shoes to
Oh
fill.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but on the other side, the Gauntlet, I believe that's Sai and I think that's Heiko and Sai and
Yeah, Heiko and Sai. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, Sai alone is just one of those players that can just able to like control the game, just like another
hmm
big dummy. It's just another Dean essentially. So I'm interested to see how if we get to see these two teams face off. But I think this one does have to go to Dognatas.
Yep.
So moving on, who would be more impactful in the series, the Dognatas versus Cyberblues, the ones we were just talking about? Mid
Mm.
to Easy or Hamea? Ooh.
I think if mid too easy gets Corky, which I highly doubt they're gonna give to him, they'll
Mhm.
probably force him onto something that he's. I mean, it's mid too easy. He's pretty much comfortable on anything in the mid lane, but
Mhm.
that Corky was devastating last week specifically. But we didn't get to see Haumea last week. He was subbed out for Asuna.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, it's hard to give it to Haumea if he's going up against mid too easy. So I will go solo on this one.
Mhm.
Just because he tends to be the most impactful in all of the series.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, well, and something to know is when Mid to Easy played at Customs against Hamea, and he said Hamea actually beat him in the lane. So
Wow.
we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see how this matchup goes. Maybe Mid to Easy's got some picks. I mean, yes, the Corky will probably be off the table, but who doesn't say the Ari's not still on the table? You know, maybe hit a couple
Yeah.
more
True.
charms, maybe. But if Hamea does get Yone, though, I think it's going to be a very interesting series to say the least.
Oh yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but I am also gonna go mid too easy because that's the boy for me. He's
It will be sad to see how Haumea without Asian Jason though. I
yeah.
think that 2v2 with mid too easy Gator and Haumea and Asian Jason would have been really fun to watch.
And honestly, I think it really just changes everything, actually, with
hmm
Jason not being there. So we'll see how they face off Subrules and Dogmatos. And our last thing, a more common way to win in summon FF before game or win the game. Um, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure this season we've already had like 3 FFs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
two or three series FF. I
yeah.
mean,
So,
with
well,
the rule changes.
yeah. So we've had 2 for sure before the game was even played, and then we had one that got FF'd before game 3, which was a very unfortunate game.
hmm
So I mean,
This is a good one.
this one's. I mean, I kind of want to just say FF before the game because it's just kind of funny, but we all know it's gonna be win the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, gotta go solo here. I do like the slide though. FF before the game. It's pretty funny
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, with being a lot more strict on substitutes as well as rescheduling,
Hmm.
uh, I mean I could see this being a little bit more of a common occurrence, and hopefully we can combat that in later summit seasons. But
Hmm.
with how it is, you made that commitment to the league, so
Hmm.
gotta be
Yeah,
prepared.
and I honestly think this is actually a good rule
Yeah,
for
I agree.
Summit because like it makes it so you're not like because in past Summit seasons you could replace multiple players. So like you
Mhm.
pretty much sub in 2 players, and you're missing half your team, and you guys would
Yeah.
win.
Mhm.
So I think only doing 1 sub is very beneficial, and the rank, having it be very similar rank, I think is also good. So I think, yeah, win the game.
It's solo. You got to win the
So
game. Win
solo.
the games in Summit. Don't
Yep.
FF.
Yep.
Hate to see it.
And
It also affects my predictions specifically. So please stop.
Brissy is very upset. He could have went 5-0 this week, but it's all right. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this episode of Solo or Bolo. So thank you all for watching. Catch us next week, me and Brissy. And yeah, see you guys.